Well, hello there, friends. Today, a traditional recipe, ratatouille niçoise, ratatouille provençal. I'm going to show you the traditional recipe, and we're going to make it look fancy, so when you have a dinner party, you can look like a chef. Stay tuned. Don't forget to ring the bell. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. We need new subscribers. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Well, hello there, friends. I'm Nongo. Hi there. Hello, friends. Now I'm going to show you how to make a real ratatouille, because there's a lot of ratatouille recipe out there on the internet. If you got all day, there's so many of them. They look beautiful, picture perfect, like they are in a movie. You saw the movie Ratatouille. That was a really cool movie, right? I love that movie. That was so cool. But today we're going to make the real ratatouille, ratatouille niçoise, the way they do it in the south of France, the way they do it in Provence. This is where I come from. I come from Provence. So I'm going to make you the traditional ratatouille, and then I'll show you a little bit how to glamorize it, if you will, so you can make it fancy and look really good when you make a dinner party, and you can make it in advance. So I'm going to show you how to do all that. First, let's make the traditional ratatouille niçoise. This is the way they make it on the French Riviera in France. Beautiful. Nice. I don't know if you've been to Nice. It's called Nice. It's a nice city, nice people, but I've been to Nice. How long will people say to me, I've been to Nice? Oh, you've been to Nice. You're a nice guy. You've been to Nice. That's how they say, not nice. Anyway, friends, mise en place. You got a lot of stuff getting ready here, my friends. We got onion. For sure, we got onion. We got that's the fundamental here. So today, by the way, I'm using herbe de Provence. Herbe de Provence. Then I import from Provence. It's amazing. If you've never had it, let me tell you. You put it in a pan, you think you're in Provence. The smell of the rosemary, the thyme, the basil is absolutely amazing in the olive oil. Beautiful olive oil. If you've never tried it, you should give it a try. It's really something. First thing I'm going to do while I'm talking, let me check my temperature. I want to make sure I'm about 360. You know, I like to start at 350, 360. While I am talking about my mise en place, let me start the onion. Okay, so we're going to start the onion. And we're going to let those guys, this was a really big onion. Look at this onion that I took over there. Look at this thing. Sometimes, you know, in some recipes say put one small onion. Well, that's a jumbo onion. Look at this thing. So I put about 3/4 of the onion because the whole onion is too much. Okay, so about 3/4 of an onion. Tomatoes. I'm in Florida. You think, hey, we got beautiful tomatoes. Look at the crap tomatoes we got in Florida. I went to 3 stores, and I'm buying those tomatoes, and I cut them. I said, I'm not going to use. Look at this. Look at this. You know what that tastes like? That tastes like nothing. This tomato tastes, plus there's some fiber in there like that. Terrible. So I said, I'm going to use plum tomatoes. Same crap. We are the worst tomato in Florida. I'm telling you, friends. Let me make sure this gets hot. Gets hot. Tomato. So if you have tomato, what do? I'd rather you use a nice plum peeled tomato, because you got to peel them anyway. You got to peel them. So use a good plum tomato, my friend. And you know what you do? You squeeze them. You squeeze them in your hand. I like doing it. You squeeze them in your hand. They're already peeled. Those are the Lavale tomatoes. I don't know if you've seen them. Those Lavale tomatoes right there, friends. I use them. They're peeled. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them online. You can find them. They're really amazing. I'm telling you. They're like a Saint Marsanne tomato, except they cost half the price of a Saint Marsanne tomato. Very low acidity. You squeeze them with your hand. That's the best way to do it. It may not be very elegant, but you're making a stew. Remember, the ratatouille is a stew. That's what it is. If you've never made it, you're going to love it. Let me wash my hand right here, my friends. Now, if you've never made a ratatouille, I promise you, friends, you got to try to make it. It's really something. It's really, really good. All right, so I'm going to show you the right way to do it today, but you can make it all in one pot if you want. There's nothing wrong. Let me get that a little higher. Nothing wrong with making it all in one pot. But the right way to do it is you stick around. I'm going to show you. So, mise en place, what do we got? We got squash, zucchini, and they're cut about the same size. Eggplant. I cut them a little smaller, the eggplant, because I don't like too much of the skin. And if there's too much seeds in the middle, I get rid of the seeds. If there's too much seeds, right? So since we had tomatoes today, I bought those beautiful cherry tomatoes. I test them. They're nice and sweet. They're going to have a little skin on it, but not that big of a deal. That's red bell peppers, fresh thyme, garlic. We got to put garlic. And then I got chopped basil. And also what I'm going to use, I'm going to put a little bit of herb de Provence. This is real herb de Provence. I'll tell you a funny story. Oh, by the way, somebody said to me the other day, you talk too much. I said, well, dude, I can't dance and I can't sing. So what do you want me to do? Say nothing? You know what? I'm here to have a good time. If you think I talk too much, go to Tic Tac Talk over there. They don't talk at all. They're good. They do the recipe. They don't talk. If you don't like what I have to say, then you know what? Go to the next channel. So look, caramelizing the onion, very important, my friend. And what I like to do, okay, this is a traditional way to do it. Like I say, you can do it all in one pot. You really can do it all in one pot. There'll be nothing wrong with it. But what I like to do, I like to saute. You see, I like to check my temperature. And you're going to say, well, if I don't have a digital thermometer like that, how do I know? Well, you know, you should invest in one of them. They're $20. They'll make your life so much easier. If you don't have one of them, when the oil, olive oil, the problem is if you overheat olive oil, it's no good for it. But when you see it starting to shimmer a little bit, then you know you're at the right temperature, 350, 365. So let me tell you what I like to do. Like I said, you can put it all in one pot. There'll be nothing wrong with it. But one thing is for sure, what you have to do, you must do. No matter what you do, if you use fry pan or not, to saute your vegetable first, you want to make sure you take the time to caramelize the onion. That is for sure. No matter what. Don't, whenever you see somebody putting the onion and everything at the same time, cheap channel. So, we're going to go and check my temperature. You'll see when you get to 365, you're looking very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute the zucchini. I'm going to saute the squash. Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of it? Like I said, put it all in one pot. It'll be just fine, okay? But as a classically trained chef, I can't find myself in not doing it the right way. So what we're going to do, we're going to saute the vegetables first. And that's going to take some of the moisture out. And that's going to give them a little bit of caramelization. And they're going to taste better. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to saute them here. It's going to take a little while. And what we're going to do, we're going to put some of the herb de Provence salt. I get the herb de Provence salt. I didn't tell you about this, but I bring herb de Provence whenever I go to Provence, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Aix-en-Provence, for the French people that are listening. And when I go to France all the time, I bring 10 kilos of herb de Provence. I have a suitcase, black suitcase, and it's lined with plastic so I can put the herb de Provence in there. And don't tell anybody, but the big old dog don't smell it. Not too long ago, I was at the airport in New York with my suitcase, and I got 10 pounds of herb de Provence. Not like you're going to smoke or anything, you know, it's herb de Provence, right? And the big old dog is hemming from me. I said, oh boy, I'm in trouble. How am I going to explain that I don't smoke the stuff I cook with it? And they're going to say, yeah, sure you do. Come this way. And they looked at me and whoop, it went away. Oh, I guess he didn't like the smell of herb de Provence. Thank goodness. Anyway, let me go back to cooking. I can only hear the comment now. This guy talks way too much. Go to Tic Tac Talk. All right, look, guys. Remember now, always, always, always caramelize the onion. You can see them. I hope you can see them. Look. See, let me do this so the camera over there can see it. You see right there? Caramelization, friend. Caramelization, very important. Now we got a little caramelization. We're going to put the bell peppers. And there's the right amount of order here. And we're going to saute those vegetables. Now this is going to take a little while to do. And we may just cut the show and then come back when everything is caramelized and ready to go. So here's what I'm going to do, friends. Now the onion are pretty good. It's looking very good. The eggplant is going to go in because we're going to treat the eggplant like we treat these guys over there. We're going to get them a little caramelization. We're going to do the same thing we're doing here, so I don't have another fry pan. Okay, but when I was in the restaurant business, I would have one fry pan for each. So now what we're going to do, the onion are caramelized. Now we can put our eggplant. Okay. And we're going to make a stew. A ratatouille is a stew. It's a provincial stew. That's all it is. It's really simple stuff. So we're going to caramelize all this, right? And then later on, we're going to put the fresh thyme, the garlic, and the basil and the tomatoes. Happy tomatoes. We're not going to do this until, because right now it's too much moisture. If I put too much moisture, then my eggplant are not going to release enough moisture. And that's why I'm doing the zucchini and the squash separate. So those guys are also going to release a lot of the moisture. And you'll see they're going to start some caramelization in it, and they'll taste so much better. So friends, we're probably going to take about 10, 15 minutes to do this. So we're going to come back. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, friends, a good 15 minutes went by. A good 15, 20 minutes. I want you to look at the zucchini right there and the squash. You see? I got a little caramelization in there, friends. And the good point about doing this in a fry pan is, I get this one going a little more. But the good thing about doing it in a fry pan, it allows us some evaporation, and so we don't have as much liquid in there, and a little bit of caramelization, which makes them sweeter, right? So now in the eggplant thing, let's go back to the eggplant thing. The eggplant, we got the peppers, got the eggplant, you remember? So now we're ready to put the rest of the ingredient. Garlic, remember you put the garlic when? You put the garlic just before you're ready to put some moisture so you don't burn the garlic. So let's put the garlic in there now. And we're going to saute it for a minute. And usually you saute it as long as it takes to smell it, to release its wonderful fragrance. Okay, so you don't overcook it, you don't burn the garlic. A lot of people like to burn their garlic. You know, to each his own, really. I mean, I don't want to criticize anybody. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful cooks out there that think it's good to brown the garlic, or good for them. They want to brown the garlic, they brown it. I don't like to brown my own garlic. So it's up to you, really. It's a matter of opinion. Eh? There's different opinion out there, and some are good, not so good, but it's their opinion. We got to respect them. All right, so I'm smelling the garlic. It smells marvelous. Let's make sure I don't burn this. See, right there, caramelization, friends. You see it? See right there? That's what I want, right? So fresh thyme, because we got it. It's beautiful. Fresh basil, beautiful. And as soon as you smell the garlic, which is right now, I'm going to put my tomatoes. All right? Put my tomatoes in there. Like I said, if you have fresh tomatoes, friends, and you really want to make a real ratatouille, you use fresh tomatoes. You use fresh tomatoes and you peel them. All right? And you peel them, and then you cut them in dice, okay? And that will give you a beautiful... Look, since I bought those beautiful tomatoes right there, those cherry tomatoes, I'm going to put them in there. They're going to give us some nice color. You can't always find those, but I got them, so I wanted to make sure my ratatouille looks real pretty. And then, from there, we're going to put our zucchini right there. And we're going to put our eggplant. Let me turn all this off. My zucchini. You see right there, that's what you want. Woo! Right there, beautiful caramelization. You see? We're going to put them right in there, my friends. And we're going to mix all this up. And we're going to let this cook. And this is going to cook for... Now, you can cook it in the oven. There's nothing wrong with cooking it in the oven, friends. Nothing wrong with that at all. Or you can cook it on the stove and give it about 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe a little bit longer, an hour and a half. Slowly. And then you got yourself, and then we're going to put some fresh basil at the last minute. And then when we come back, I'll show you how to take this and to make it, to glamorize it, to make it for a dinner party. Otherwise, you know, this is the way it is served in Provence. You know, we just serve it like this. On the table, you take the whole pot and everybody gets a nice ladle of it, and it's wonderful. But if we want to have a dinner party, want to make it in advance, I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to let that cook, and we'll come back when it's all down and ready to go, and we finalize the nice presentation at the end. So we're probably going to see you. We're going to see you right away, but it's going to cook for at least an hour. All right, so we'll be back. All right there, friends. Now, let me show you now what we did. So we cooked, and it's right there. You see right there, the ratatouille? Put a little bit of herb de Provence olive oil, garlic olive oil. Put a good olive oil in there on top of it. And then we're going to put a little chiffonade of basil. So it's leaves of basil that are rolled up together. And this is not a fine chiffonade. So this is a kind of a rough chiffonade that we're doing here. So rough chiffonade, that means... Chiffon comes from the word rag in France. Just a little chiffonade right there. And right there, my friends, you have yourself an amazing, beautiful, I got enough right here. Don't do too much. I put too much all the time. You have yourself a beautiful ratatouille. This is the traditional ratatouille, my friends. Now, if you want to make it fancy, because you have a dinner party or you have a cool little restaurant, you want to make a ratatouille looks cool. Hey, you know what I did, right? I do the crime of using my knife to clean the cutting board. Don't do that. Do what I say, not as I do. All right, friends. So, what we're going to do, we're going to make it look like this. You see, look, this is fun. This is very easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do it, friends, okay? Very simple, eh? So, first thing we do is we got a mandolin, and be careful with this. Use the guard, okay? There's a guard and come with it. And what you want to do, you want to cut some slices. Always cut little slices, put them on a rack like this. Boom, 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 boom. We're not doing it like all day long, friends. This is just if you want to make it look fancy, okay? Put your squash right here on the rack. And then what you want to do is you want to put some salt on there, friends. And then, and don't go out there and just throw salt out there. Make sure you go carefully. Then all the pieces have it. All the pieces have a little salt in there, right? We're going to go 350 degrees. I got the oven going. And we're going to cook them. That does two things. One, it cooks them. Two, it makes them more pliable. More, right? So here we're going to do. Very simple, friends. We're going to take a piece of zucchini right there, a little small. Let me get one a little smaller, right? And then we're going to take a piece of yellow squash, and we're going to put it here. That's only if you want to make it look fancy. Otherwise, put this on your table. I promise you, everybody's going to love it, right? And if they don't like it, they can go eat somewhere else. So look, we got the yellow right there, and then we're going to put the green right there. And then we're going to put the yellow right there, and then we're going to put the green right there. Now, why don't we put the eggplant? The eggplant look ugly. I hate to tell you that, friends, but the eggplant look ugly, okay? That's why I don't put them in there. You want to put the eggplant, you go right ahead. They look, no matter what you do to them, they look ugly. After you cook them, they look ugly. So I don't like to put them. Put like this, right? Boom, boom. And this is not like spending all day doing it. It takes just a few minutes for you to do this. If you don't have a mandolin, forget about it. Forget about it. That's my New York accent. Say, oh, sure, I'm from New York. No, that's not true. I'm fibbing. So look, put a green right there. And we're good to go. So now what do? We take the ratatouille. And at this point, you don't want it to be too hot, friends, because it's a little difficult to do, right? You don't want it to be too hot. Do it like this. Pack it in now. Pack it in. Pack it in. Pack it in. Don't be afraid to pack it in, my friends. Not too much. Just pack it in. That's all. Pack it in. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And then what you want to do, let me wash my hand. You pop it in the oven, and you get it hot until it's 145 on the inside. Right? Put it in the oven right there. Don't worry about a thing. Or you can pop it in a microwave oven if it's really quick. That only took a few minutes, right? Really? Look, I made one in advance already. Take it, flip it, and come to Papa. Well, guess what? That didn't come to Papa, but that's okay. Because all we got to do is this. Voila. Voila. I put a red bell pepper thing right there. Red bell pepper circle, roasted bell peppers. Brush it with a little bit of olive oil, my friends, so it looks pretty. This is makeup. Put a little makeup right there. This is beautiful herb de Provence olive oil, my friends. All right? And you have yourself a beautiful plate. So now, you're going to make it a dinner plate. Take a big dinner plate. Right there. We're going to move it on a dinner plate. You're going to move it like this. It'll move, it'll move, it'll move. You see? Move. Come to Papa. Right there. Be nice now. Okay? You see, this is not like spending all day doing this, okay? I have some roasted bell pepper coulis in a squeeze bottle. You have the recipe right there online, friends. You can make it in advance. You can freeze it for 17 years. This is a beautiful sauce, I promise you. And what we do, we go like this. We go like this. We go like this. We go like this. And the reason why we do this is kind of we don't lose too much track of where we're going. Right? One more here. One more here. One more here. You see, friends? I think I screwed up over there, but shh, don't tell anybody. Go in the middle, and then go in the middle of it. Boom, 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 boom. Put a little piece of parsley right there. I forgot where the parsley is. And then it looks like this. See, they all look different. At the end of the day, make them look different. Very simple. Friends, a ratatouille provençal, you must make this. With fish, with lamb, with steak, with chicken, on an omelette, with scrambled eggs, with nothing. It's absolutely amazing, I promise you. I hope you make the recipe. I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And don't forget to ring the bell. Did I tell you ring the bell? Subscribe to the channel. This right there, my friends, I promise you. Oh, you gotta make it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with another fantastic show.